Hello everybody, my name is Jennifer Maker. Today we are learning how to make ombre glitter tumblers on the Great Maker Show and Tell. So I recently taught folks how to make glitter tumblers from start to finish. And if you haven't yet seen that tutorial, definitely go check it out first. I'll wait right here for you. Okay, so now that you know how to make glitter tumblers, it's time to learn how to do some fun things with the glitter. So in that last tutorial, I asked you if you would like me to show you how to do a ombre glitter effect on your tumbler, and the response was overwhelming. So thank you for letting me know. The good thing is that it's really a lot easier than you might think to get a nice smooth transition between your colors. I'm actually going to show you two different ways that you can do it. One way will work better might work better than the other for you, depending on your experience and your manual dexterity. So you have some choices. And in addition to the two-tone ombre effect, you can use this same technique with multiple colors, like this rainbow effect glitter tumbler. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to show you how to do that too. The only special things that you need for this, besides all of the other things that you normally need for a glitter tumbler, are some extra mixing cups. So let me show you how to do this, and we're going to make some amazing tumblers. Now remember, I have an entire tutorial that shows you how to do everything for these glitter tumblers from start to finish. The first thing, of course, that you're going to want to do is prepare your tumbler. You need to get all your labels off, tape it up. You want to tape any places that you don't want glitter to be. In this case, I'm doing the tops and bottoms of my glitter tumbler. And I'm choosing not to paint my tumblers because I found that as long as I'm putting enough glitter on, it's not really a big deal. Now, that said, if you're going to do a really light color, you're probably going to want to spray paint it white. And again, my tutorial on how to make glitter tumblers will show you how to do all of that. So I've sprayed my tumbler with Loctite spray adhesive, and I'm going to use two different colors of glitter, a yellow and a pink. I create my blended ombre glitter tumblers in two different ways. I'm going to show you both, and you can pick the way that works best for you. Now, both methods begin by positioning your tumbler on your hand so it's parallel to your work surface. And you'll want to have a clean sheet of paper underneath where you'll be glittering your tumbler. Now, pick up your glitter bottle, open it, and sprinkle all along the bottom edge of your tumbler, right at that tape line, about 1 inch wide. To do the first ombre glitter method, tilt your tumbler at about a 45-degree angle with the bottom of the tumbler tipped up, just as I'm doing here. Begin sprinkling the same color of glitter again in the same spot you already glittered, and you'll notice that the angle of the tumbler allows the glitter to run down the sides. Continue doing this all around the tumbler until you have your glitter gradually tapering off as it gets to the middle of the tumbler. Put all that extra glitter that's on your paper into a cup and save it for later. Now reposition your tumbler so it is again parallel to your surface. Get your second color of glitter and create another ring of glitter along the top edge of your tumbler, also about 1 inch wide. And just like before, you're going to tilt your tumbler so it's at a 45-degree angle, but this time you're going to have the bottom of the tumbler tipped down. Now sprinkle your glitter in the same spot you already glittered. This time the glitter will run down the tumbler toward your first color. Do this all around your tumbler until your glitter is tapering down to about the halfway mark. The middle section of your tumbler should only have a little glitter on it and be mostly bare at this point. Now pick up this sheet of paper and put the glitter into the same cup you put your first color of glitter and mix them together. Now with your tumbler parallel to your surface, pour the cup of mixed glitter around the middle of your tumbler, filling in all the bare spots. By doing this, we can create a nearly perfect blend between the two colors of glitter on our tumbler. Now you'll need to pick up your paper and put your excess glitter back into your cup, probably several times to get enough glitter to cover the middle section of your tumbler. But if you keep doing this over and over, you'll discover that it blends beautifully. Now, if for any reason you don't like the way that it blended, it's not difficult to fix. Just spray it with Loctite adhesive again and repeat the whole process. And that second layer of glitter will blend even better than the first because it has a base layer. But I only did this one just one time, and it turned out great, I think. The second way that you can do an ombre glitter tumbler starts just the same way that you did it before, but this time you're going to tap the glitter down. So you're going to go ahead and put it right at that tape line, just like you did before, but this time you're going to tap the bottom, and you can see how the glitter just falls right down the side of your tumbler, right? So this can be a lot easier to do if you are having issues, holding it at just the right angle so that your glitter comes down consistently. So you just do the bottom and you tap it down, and then you do the top. And you really want to hold this parallel, and then as you tap it, you tilt it, and then it falls down the side, right? So this is more of a tap and tilt method, whereas the first method was really just tapping. But then the blending in the middle is exactly the same. You just mix your two colors of glitter together and you put it right in the center, just as you did before. And it does the same thing. It blends the two colors together in a similar way. So I think that these two methods work for different people based on how comfortable they feel holding the tumbler and the bottle of glitter and tilting it and everything at the same time. So I recommend that you experiment with both to find out which one works best for you, and use that one until you feel proficient at it. And you can see it does a really pretty good job of blending. So let's compare the two methods side by side. The one on the left is the first method, the tilt only method, and the one on the right is the second method, the tilt and tap method. And they're really, really similar, but if I had to pick one over the other, I'd say the tilt only method gave me a better blend. And that's because I was able to control how far down that glitter went, because when we tap it, it can kind of go down a little bit further. Whereas when you're tilting it only, it doesn't want to slide down quite as much. But really, they're pretty close. And you can use the same technique that we did for those first two to make a multiple color tumbler. So you could have 3 colors or 4 colors, and I am just going to go for 5 colors and do a rainbow. So I can show you how this works. So you start exactly the same way with a strip of glitter at the very bottom. But then instead of going to the top, you want to just go part way up your tumbler and create a solid line of glitter, the point that you want your next layer to be. But you'll see I'm putting them in strips, right? So I've collected all the glitter. I'm going to put that into my cup, and then I'm going to put it in between to blend the two together. So it's the same idea, just as before. So you're doing first one color with a little bit of bleed on one edge, and then the second color and the bleed going towards the first color, and then you blend them by mixing the two glitter colors together. Now, because we have less space to work with 5 colors, you're going to see the bands are going to be much more distinct. However, we're going to do 2 coats on this one, and you'll see what a huge difference that second coat of glitter makes. All right, so now I'm working on the third color, so that would be green, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm just putting that band of green up there, and then I'm putting more blue to start blending them together, and I'm just tapping it down. It can't go any further than the green because the green is sort of a stop there, right? But it can go down further for the green, and I'm mixing those 2 colors together to create a sort of turquoise color. You'll note I added a little bit because if you're not putting in the same amount, it'll end up being a little bit too heavy on one color or the other. So There we go. So we're just blending it, but you can see that the line between these two is really quite a bit more distinct, right? Because, and it's really just because there's not enough space for the glitter to blend as easy to the eye. But again, it's going to be okay. So let's move to our fourth color, which is yellow. And again, we're just going to put a band of glitter right around the edge. Now, I ran out of yellow, of the yellow that I preferred, which is the same yellow that I used for the first two tumblers. Oh well, so I just switched to like a more neon colored yellow. So this container of glitter I'm using here is neon colors. And I will put the links to all of these glitters that I used in my video comments and over on my blog at jennifermaker.com. But it's the same idea. We're blending the two colors and then putting them on the tumbler in between, right? So you can see how it blends. And then we're going to do that one more time so we can get all the way around the edge. And if it doesn't feel perfect in this first stage, don't worry about it, because you're going to see how the second coat is going to really make a difference. And I'm going to give you another tip to really, really get those colors blended so that you just don't notice the lines at all. And then this is our last color, pink. And we're going to put that at the very top edge. And again, notice I'm getting a clean piece of paper in between each color so that I can then pick up the sheet and blend the colors together. So I put a band of pink around the top, and then I'm going to go back with and I'm going to put that into my cup, and then I'm going to put some yellow into my cup, and I'm trying to get, a good blend there, and then I'm just going to blend the two. Now you'll note that because the yellow and the pink are further apart, you can see that it does blend easier, right? And so it's really a matter of distance in this case. And again, pick up your glitter and fill in all of the spots that you got glitter everywhere. All right, so get the excess glitter off, and now you're going to want to take your Loctite adhesive and spray it down one more time. All right, so I have my adhesive on, and we are going to do the entire process again, just like before. But this time, because there's already a base layer of glitter, it's going to actually blend easier. And did you see what I just did there? I picked up some glitter from the table and I put it exactly where I needed it to go. So don't be afraid to do that. If you're like, well, it's just not quite right here, it's not blending, just pick up some glitter between your thumb and forefinger and then put it exactly where you want. I'm just sprinkling it like you would sprinkle salt on food. And that allows me like really, really fine control over the glitter to get a really nice blend to create the rainbow hues. And then that's all you do. You just repeat this whole process with all the colors on all the blends. And whenever you see a spot that doesn't seem like it's quite blended as well, just pick up glitter and your thumb and forefinger and fill in the gaps. The only thing I need to caution you about is that you're going to get glitter on your fingers as you do this, of course. So be sure to wipe off your fingers in between colors. Otherwise, you'll start getting random colors all over your tumbler, and you don't want that. And really, that's it. So let me fast forward this so you can watch me finish and see the finished product. All right, so there we go. I could just keep touching this up forever, but I think this looks pretty amazing. And what's interesting is that once we put that first coat of epoxy resin on, you're going to see that it actually does an even better job. It kind of blurs things just a little bit, makes them just a little fuzzy, and it creates an even nicer looking blend. Now there's another way that you can do an ombre effect, and that is to use a stencil. So this is a new thing that we've been experimenting with. This was Greg's idea. And what we've done is we put a stencil onto our mug before we put the adhesive on. And so that after we take it off, we have bare metal right here. And the idea is that we can then use a template and we can spray just that bare metal, and we can put glitter inside of that. So you can see here I've done this on the other side as well. I've got, because we're experimenting with this right now, this is just vinyl, and it's just stuck onto our tumbler so that the adhesive doesn't get onto it. You can see it actually looks pretty amazing, but we're going to go ahead and spray that big heart, and I'm going to show you how you can create an ombre effect in there as well. So right now there's spray adhesive only on the heart, not on the rest of the tumbler. It's got glitter on it, right? So now you can put glitter inside that heart and not have it get all over the place. And I'm still being careful though, because I mean, it is still a porous surface because of that glitter. And if you get a little bit in there, it'll still kind of want to stick there. What you can do, of course, is like put a sealer on it before you do this. Now, but I'm doing the same technique. I've just got one color at the bottom, one color at the top, and then we're going to blend the two. Only this time, instead of blending them with, by mixing them into a cup, I'm going to go ahead and use my fingers so I have finer control, because this is a smaller area and we don't need to just dump a whole bunch of glitter all over the place. But it works exactly the same way. One color at the bottom, one color at the top, and then you do a mix of the two glitters in the middle to create a perfectly blended ombre effect. Now, if you are interested in how to do this kind of stenciled glitter tumbler from start to finish, please let me know, and I will go over the whole process of creating a stencil. We use my Cricut to do this, and applying it, and then how to create the mask so you get your adhesive only in the section that you want it on the second pass, and all of that. And also, how you can create that really sharp line in between your various colors of glitter. So let me know, and I can do a separate tutorial on that, because there's a little bit more to it. I'm just trying to give you a glimpse at how, or a peek at how you could do this with other techniques. All right, so once you got your glitter on your tumbler, it's time to finish the rest of the process. Again, I have a whole tutorial that explains it, but very briefly, you want to seal it and allow it to, about 30 minutes to dry. And then you want to mix up your epoxy resin. Again, you want to follow my tutorial on how to do that. And then when you're ready, you put your epoxy onto your tumbler. Again, refer to my full tutorial for all of the details and exactly how to put epoxy onto a tumbler and everything like that. Now, for the set of glitter tumblers that we did for this video, we've only put one layer on it, so that later on we can put a vinyl decal that I cut on my Cricut. And here are the ones that I've done recently. So let me give you a look. So this has one layer of epoxy on it. It will get another layer, so it'll be even shinier and smoother when we're done. The edges will be a little sharper and all of that. But doesn't that look really nice? And here's the rainbow one. And you can see how that epoxy even helped us create a more blended look. It really looks amazing. These look really good. That second layer of glitter really helped to blend these 5 different colors of glitter and create a beautiful rainbow. I think the biggest tip that I can give you about making ombre glitter tumblers is not to be afraid to use your fingers. Feel free to sprinkle a little extra glitter wherever you need it. Even use your finger to blend better if you need to. And if you don't like your ombre effect on your first try, spray it again with adhesive and sprinkle and blend. The second layer of glitter can have a big difference, a big impact, especially on the more complex effects like this. If you have any questions at all about how to make the ombre glitter effect, please leave me a comment below this video and I'll be happy to help you. Now remember, if you would like to make the water slide decals that I have on this glitter ombre glitter thing and learn how to make them and apply them to your glitter tumblers, check out my tutorial on them. and I will link it for you as well. And if you're interested in learning how to make this glitter in glitter tumbler using a stencil that I made on my Cricut, let me know and I will share a video of that as well. Isn't that cool? So that's it for today. Remember, if you can tell me what you want to make, I can show you how to make it. Until next time.